to GodFriends, the conversation. My name is Kiana Coleman, the founder of Concrete Garden. I have a wonderful son that's 3 years old named Caden, and my husband, Kevin. You can call us the K family. Don't say it 3 times. Just say K family. We reside in Atlanta. I do a lot of stuff, but I'm going to turn it over to Ronnie to introduce herself.
Hi, you guys. My name is Ronnie Gooden. I am 28 years old. I'm a full-time mom and a lover of life.
Hey guys, my name is Bree Singleton. I'm 25 years old from here in Atlanta, involved in radio, marketing, and promotions. I can be heard on Praise 102.5, Lit Nights with Ed. Shout out to Ed. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Shartia. I'm 25 from Baltimore, Maryland. I am a Christian YouTuber, and the purpose of my channel is to encourage individuals to live a life that's following the example of Christ.
Hi everyone, my name is Akila Hankins. I am the CEO and founder of She Is Brand. We are a creative design and branding agency where we specialize in creative strategic design. So,
Before we get started, I want you guys at home to take a picture and tag me in it. Tag at Kiana Shanice. Well, the Kiana Shanice on Instagram. Or if you're on Facebook, just tag Kiana Coleman so I can see your beautiful faces and those that are tuning in. So y'all, let's take a picture.
Yep.
Let me see if I can get. It's so hard. Let's see. Let's do a video. How about that?
Come on,
Okay. Hey.
Super cute.
All right, so let's jump in. I want to start out with what type of friend do you know?
what type of friend am I?
Yes. What would you say?
That's a good question.
Is this like an adjective? I think for me personally, let me think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the best friend because right now my focus is work and my focus is building my future.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the type of friend that I am is if you need something, I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to call me, I'm here for you. I'll always answer the phone. I might not text you back all the time, but I'm always here. I'm supportive for you. Always going to support you. I could go more, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm that friend. I really don't be answering texts, or it'd be 3 days after. But my intentions are good. I'm real ADHD. I'll look at your text and then something catches my eye and then I forget.
You respond in your mind.
Yeah, I respond to mine and then I get distracted and then I forget completely that you even text me. And then I'm going through my phone
Forgot to hit you back.
I forgot to hit you back.
Yeah.
And then I go to sleep early. And most people stay up late and I'm the get up early, go to sleep early. So people that call me at 9:30, 10, you out of luck. Because I'm cap, sleep, night. Yeah, but I'm supportive and I'm always there for you to pray for, to be there for events if I can. You allow Caden to come because that's my bulldog. But yeah, and I listen to you and I'm going to pop off if I need to. I think so. What about you, Shanti?
I'm definitely a supportive friend, but also just down to earth, just very honest. If you need, some honesty, you need someone to be trustworthy, I could definitely let you know what the Lord has placed on my heart to just be honest,
Yeah, that's important. What about you, Ryan?
She took the words out of my mouth. I'm very supportive. I'm that honest friend and I'm that funny friend. But I also, to take what Akila said and Kiana said, I'm not as consistent, but I think I like friends that don't take that personal.
Yeah.
Because we have a goal in mind and that's, we have other priorities. So I'm definitely supportive, funny, and honest friend.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
I'm just echoing what everybody else said. Is that a thing now that we all kind of expect our friendships to be a little more low maintenance?
Yeah.
I don't really have to text you all day. I don't have to go back and forth. But if you need me, I'm there. And I'm definitely going to be super realistic with you. I'm not the sugarcoating friend at all.
Yeah, I feel like if you that type of friend or person and you get upset because I don't talk to you for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, then I'm not the friend for you.
I think with me though, I like to I can check in maybe once a week or maybe once a month, but I don't need to know
Every small
if we talk every day, we might have stuff to
Like
talk about.
Akila called me one day. She's I haven't checked up on you in so long, and she and I was it's cool. I didn't take it personal, because she is a workaholic. I literally have to tell her and kind of did y'all rest today? Did y'all take a break today? Did y'all eat today? So I don't take it personal at all. I don't.
I think as you grow and mature, you grow to expect that from your friendships. Like, hey, we're not gonna be on each other's mind like we were in college and things like that. We got families now, and other priorities and stuff to worry about. So that makes sense.
Yeah, we're at that stage where we're trying to establish life. Like, we're past that. Let's go party phase. Yeah. Let's go do something. Like, we gotta establish. Like, we on our own. Like. We can't rely on our parents no more. Like, we gotta get it how we live.
grown.
We grown. We got bills. Like that's what it is. I think that's important, and I just love that everybody's supportive. I think that's the main thing about friendship is being supportive. Yeah. But in that,
and not jealousy though.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, is there a thing called healthy jealousy?
Yes, absolutely. Because
I feel like it is.
Explain it to me.
It's like you're happy for them, but you want that for yourself as well. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like an envious type of thing, but you're trying to get there. I don't know, like maybe life skills or something like that, or career wise, or like you can't wait to be married as well, or something like that. I don't know.
Is it healthy jealousy, or is it just you being inspired by your friend?
Is that the same thing?
It can be.
I feel like I can be the same thing, but it's no maliciousness in my heart. Be like, I can't wait to get there one day, but in the midst of, I'm still gonna celebrate you.
For me, I wouldn't call it healthy jealousy. I was like, man, like I'm so inspired by my friend. Like if they, if they did it and they reached, I can do it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be in anybody's circle. I have a group of friends that I'm jealous of. They even use that word for me personally. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see everybody win, whether they go before me or after.
Right?
Or go together. Like, because your goal, once you reach your goal is not to go up there by yourself. It's for you to turn around and say, hey, come on, I did. Like, Akila, I was like, her prices is, she know her price. She ain't negotiating. But she's like, Ronnie, whatever I can help you with, let me know. You know what I mean? That's the people that you want on your team.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
With that being said, do you categorize your friendships? Why, with that, I mean, is your close circle on the same level as you? Mentally, spiritually, career-wise, however you want to put that. What do you think?
So I have different groups of friends. Like, I have some friends that still not saved, some that still like to party. And I have ones like you guys, like we're gonna pray, don't fight. You know what I mean? Like we are goal oriented. We're always talking about purpose. Like what's next? What can we do next? So yeah, but I've learned to categorize my friends. But I'm in a stage now where I want all of my friends to be the same, and I don't want to have multiple friendships of different circles. But I just feel like you have to learn to let go, and if they don't want to change their mindset, they can't go. We gotta keep going. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think I do have a lot of different friend groups now that I think about it, because it varies in age and like it's just so many different categories to it. But what I'm finding is there's got to be some kind of constant with all of them. So they all got to be supportive. They've all got to be down with what I got going on, and they all got to be feeding into me somehow. As long as you're doing that, I really don't mind meeting you where you're at. If we're not equally yoked, if we're on different spirituality levels or whatever have you. But as long as you're supportive and you're willing to be honest with me and hold me accountable. I think all my friends have to hold me accountable, but sometimes we trip and we don't have those people in our circle who are going to let us know when we're doing that. And if you're going to do that for me, I want you around me all the time.
Sure. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Please.
How do you allow your friends to be your accountability partners? Because me personally, I can't have my friends to be my accountability partner because they'll let me. You get what I'm saying? They'll probably let me slip, or I won't tell them. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like accountability partner has to be.
I mean, for me, is I'm gonna always let you know what I'm trying to work on up front. And so for me, it starts with a lot of personal self-reflection. So if I know it's something I need to work on, I'm gonna let you know so that if I realize, hey, you could have checked me there. Why didn't you tell me? I could have done this better. I'm gonna let you know that, hey, you can check me. It's okay. You can let me know that I'm all for. I can handle something better. But as long as you address what you're trying to work on and you're committed to being willing to work on that thing, that's the thing. Because I think a lot of people will say, "Hey, I'm trying to work on this," and then they don't really want to work on it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say I'm working on it and not do that. So
yeah. What about you, Shirley?
I do. I have most of my middle school friends were still cool to this day, but it's just hard for me to, I guess, feed into them as much as I feed into my GodFriends, because we're just in two different stages. And I've learned to just still love them and still not look at them as, oh, you're not saved, or oh, you're still partying and I don't do that anymore. But just still having that love for them and just being there, just having that balance. So I do categorize though, for sure.
How about you?
I treat everybody the same. Like, I don't know. But I do know who needs to have close access to me, and
That's good.
Needs to be like over there a little bit and not, all the way over here.
Yeah.
But do I categorize them? I cut people off.
Yeah, like certain people have different access to me.
That's real.
Like I can confide in Kiana and not feel judged about something, but I wouldn't dare go tell somebody.
The next person.
Go tell somebody else because I know, like one day we were talking about something and she was just reading me on the phone, and I wanted to hang up so bad.
I don't be reading her.
Because I can tell, and it's like she was like, Serena, are you gonna block this person? She was like, are you gonna block them? I was like, no. She was like, but what are you gonna? And she asked me, what am I gonna do if this person texts me? That's accountability. Because I told her what my goal was, and okay, well, what are you gonna do? So I feel like, but I wouldn't dare go tell it to somebody else. You know what I mean? So
that's real.
Definitely.
I had this thing. Pastor Anthony said this a long time ago. He's like, treat yourself as a house and your friends as furniture. Figure out what room to put them in.
Oh wow,
that's really
and
good.
like I took that because I'm very friendly. Like I make friends quickly, even though I'm quiet. Like I just love people, and I want them to be like loved. And like I don't know what is about me, but I have to be careful who has access to me. I'm learning that slowly but surely, and even now, like my friendship circle is changing. That close nucleus of people are changing because I'm trying to go somewhere and everybody can't go with me. Yeah. And that's like the sucky part of it because I don't want to let you go, but you're not trying to evolve.
Yeah.
And if you stay here, then that means you're going to hold me down like a weight. So yeah, it's just trying to kind of like not let them go, but kind of like pull myself away from them. Like I'm still here, but get yourself together.
And there's a story in the Bible that reminds me of what you just said. Jesus had 12 disciples, but only 3 went up with him. So they walked with Jesus on earth for all this time, which is 3 out of 12. And it was only the 3 that had a revelation of who Jesus was. So if you need people around you, have a revelation of your greatness, have a revelation of who you are. Because even if we categorize our friends, all of them don't know who we are. Yeah. That's the honest truth. Like they don't have a revelation of where we're going and who we are. So my thing is, for me, it's just that knowing that I want people in my circle to have a revelation of who I am, and they don't mind challenging me or pushing me, like you guys.
Or even taking a step back if they realize that, hey, I can't be of service to you anymore. I can't feed into
and that's
you.
maturity. And that and I love that. Like that's mature. Because some people are like, I'm not there yet, and I'm cool. You know what I mean? Okay.
And maybe we'll circle back later on in life. Maybe we don't have that connection right now, but who's to say we can't grow and then find our way back to each other later?
Yeah, like I'm finding that like area, I don't know, maybe I'm getting old in age. Like don't invite me to a club because I'm going to say no. Like I like to be asleep.
Yes.
At a certain time.
Yes.
Like maybe a lounge or something like that or brunch. Like I get annoyed quickly. Yeah, like something like
during the day.
during the day, like
yes.
Their brunches be lit.
They do, but like especially like now because like it's violent out here. Like especially like at nighttime. Like I'm trying to go home like
make it home
alive peacefully, and like if you tell somebody no, like I'm married or something like that, it can hit them wrong way, and I don't have time for that. So I need people to understand like Kiana just don't.
It's not her scene.
That's not my scene. Invite me to brunch. We can go to the lake. Like we can do adventurous stuff. Like that's where I am in life. I used to be the first one in the club. Like let's do the VIP, first one in line, all that type of stuff. And now like the level has changed. I'm like, let's find something adventurous to do. Let's challenge each other. Like
memories.
Let's make memories. Like we can take pictures in the club all the time.
Let's go hiking. Let's go rock climbing.
Let's go ATV riding or something. Yeah, I want to do that. And I think, and also with that, are your friends the same religion as you, or share the same religion? Close people.
All mine do.
Close,
but they don't take their walk as serious as me.
I think, yeah, I could say the same. I have friends that I'm connected to that are not like in a nucleus that don't, but I like that because they keep me on my toes. And I like to be able to know, not just like say I'm a Christian, but know that I'm a Christian. Like I don't get easily influenced by what they may talk about, or be okay with they're not going to see the same thing I see, and I have to be okay with that, but still shining that light. Because even they'll say, well, I like how you said that, and I don't spit no scripture, but it has scripture based in it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I have SDA friends, which we all still believe the same thing, but knowing, how they grew up in church and how they grow up in their family, it's kind of like exposing me to a different culture. And so with me growing up with Kojic, then moving to non-denominational, and now meeting SDA friends, it's amazing to me how everybody sees God differently.
Yeah. What is SDA?
7 Day.
Oh.
Yeah,
and perspective. I love like what you said. Like you have a group of friends. Like perspective means a lot. Like it opens your eyes to so much. And I think that's why it's so great to have that, because you are able to now see something from a different perspective. And creatives need that. So create.
That's real.
I didn't know about SDA. Well, I knew I've run by churches that are SDA, but I've never like put the two and two together.
They didn't go to church for 7 days straight.
No, girl.
They go to church on Saturday. They go to church on Saturday. So yeah.
But I've learned, I've learned from them. I've learned don't work Friday after a certain time, and Saturday don't work, because Sundays when I'm serving or when I was serving, I couldn't rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I like to at least take one day to rest. So now, Friday at a certain time, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday is supposed to be the Sabbath. That's what I've been learning from my 7 day.
I'm not 7 day for real, y'all. So like, I don't follow it.
But that's that perspective.
I've learned the importance of rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I'm working.
You get easily offended when your friends correct you?
Me?
Like, just in general, anybody?
Sometimes, yeah.
I think I'm that friend. Like, I won't correct you.
It depends
don't come all get me together. Like,
how you say it matters.
My sister think I'm mean. But I'm just like, she's like, Ronnie, you say good stuff, like this is how you say it. So my thing is how, if you're coming from love, please correct me all day long. Yeah. But if you come in, above me and you just to be rude and malicious, then my guard up and I'm like ready to fight.
Yeah. But I think that's why sometimes people get mad at me though, because I don't know, like sometimes when I'm passionate about something, it'd be like bossy or like the other word, and then it's like I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry, but like that's just how it comes off sometimes. So within me, I always ask Xavier, I'm like, did I say that too much? And like, am I doing too much? Like, because I want to be sure that I'm not offending anyone with that, and not everyone knows. Like, okay, let me go and talk to her and let her know, like, hey, that kind of hurt me.
Yeah, but. And I think you figure out who you can be a certain way with. Like, you got certain friends that I can speak to you this way, or I can't speak to you this way. And then hopefully if it bothers them that much, they'll let you know. So, moving forward, you just got to adjust.
Yeah.
So, I feel that.
You mentioned something about your fiance. Do you guys, I know you guys haven't hit that stage yet, but like with anybody, with your significant other, do you share the same friends? Or do you feel like that's important? To share or have different sets?
Say what you have.
I think we should. If I'm not going to hang out with your friends, I at least need to know them. They need to acknowledge me. They need to respect that I'm a being. I'm your being, and this is us.
Yeah.
Like a TV show.
This is us.
I mean, I guess with me and my spouse, I think. Our friends, like, we're cool. He knows them. I know them. Like, we can hang together. But when, like, I'm like, you want to go chill with them? Like, because he has girls and boys as friends. But I don't take it no other way because I've been around them several times. I know their character. I know his character. And, like, go, bye, peace. But I feel like your significant other should know who you're hanging around, because who you're hanging around gives a perspective of who you are without saying anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that.
My Xavier, if I mention some of your name, he'll be like, "Who's that? Who's that again? Who's that again?" I think I've been mentioning so many people. Like, he'll be like, "Who's Ronnie? What Ronnie look like again?" So that's true.
I made sure to like make sure, and I think in a sense I wanted my friends' approval of who I was.
Absolutely.
Who I was marrying in a sense, because I'm like, they know me from like, especially my best friends Chelsea and Jasmine, like they know me since I was like 9. So I'm like, y'all know my ins and outs, like what I'm like, does he mesh, like, and y'all.
I'm not gonna lie, when I walked in, I was like, and he started talking, I kind of got a vibe. I was like,
Yeah,
like,
he meshes my,
yes,
yeah.
because I be up here and he like real.
Yes. I got
he keep
the
me
vibe.
level,
balance it out.
Because I'm real ADHD and he real OCD, so some gotta give.
That's funny.
I did say in my mouth, like they match. Like you can see God's hand on it. Like that's what I can say.
Listen, child, in
You know
Jesus'
what I
name.
mean? So yeah.
I asked the question. He said, "I don't know." I'm in trouble.
That's funny. Does your partner have to believe in God?
Yes.
Yes. There's no. Okay, so what if they were open? They weren't there yet. Maybe they were a different religion. Would you still kind of take that walk?
I never really saw myself dating someone of a different faith than me, because for me, if I'm going to eventually, if I'm going to date you, I see myself submitting to you at some point in marriage. And so if I'm going to submit to you, I got to know who you're submitting yourself to.
Amen.
And I need it to be the same. I need us to be on the same page there. So if I'm gonna talk to you, I need to know who you're talking to, and we need to be talking to the same person. So that's kind of always how I saw it. Not to say that I don't consider people of different religions.
You need to be talking to the same person.
If I'm talking to you, who are you talking to? Like, who are you receiving your direction from? Because if you're gonna be the leader of my household, who are you seeking your guidance from? And if I don't know, if I'm not on the same page as you, I don't think I don't see it ever working out. Not to say, I'll never say never, but that's just how I see it in my head.
What would you say? Like, I've had individuals say they believe in God, but they don't.
They're spiritual.
They're spiritual. Yeah. I don't connect with Christianity. Blah blah blah. Or Christianity has too many.
See, that's one thing that's just non-negotiable for me. You have to have your non-negotiables. And one thing is you have to have a relationship with God. Yeah. For me, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking that. Move on to the next if you're not.
That's real.
That's just how I look at it.
That's real.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to for me as well. Just having that intimate relationship. Not so much of, I guess, like customs and traditions, but just knowing God intimately. Like just knowing, like I worship Him, I praise Him. You truly know Jesus Christ.
Well, let me ask you this. What about
Jesus Christ?
No, if there's a bus about it.
It's many gods, so I need to know who you talking to.
Exactly.
And it has to be that one. You know what I mean?
So what about the extended family? Because you're marrying into the family, so do they have to believe as well?
No,
or can they break?
The family don't, because the Bible says once he leave,
right,
you be
mine. It's us.
It's us. So that's how I kind of look at that. But like, so my thing is this: you're able to see things before you marry this person. If I can say your family is a big influence, it's going to be an issue. So I wouldn't even connect myself with him on that level. I can see that your family is a big influence on you when it comes to your belief in God. So my thing is like, women have to be wise and smart enough to be able to discern before they submit and before they say yes to that ring.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm still waiting on my husband.
Some men will act like they know. They know when they do it the same just to be.
I think that's a hard funk to fake though. Like you can't really get that off but so long. Like I feel you, but if you
some good actors.
No, that's a fact. But if you getting to know a person on that genuine, like just basic level, I think the habits are gonna reveal themselves, and you'll be able to see, okay, this person is not, who they say they are.
And the biggest one you can be able to tell is like if they don't believe in like waiting to have sex for marriage. You know what I mean? That's the biggest one. I think you'll be able to identify. No, we can try. No, we can't. You know what I mean? So I think that's like the main one that you'll be able to recognize that they want to not just honor you, but honor God with that. Because my thing is, if you gonna honor God with that, I know you good when you come to me. Yeah. But if you can't, like, you just not there for it.
Yeah. What about you if you're not there?
And this is the question of which question?
About your partner having the same faith. I mean, you have a fiance, so I'm gonna keep saying that because that girl is a fiance. Okay.
Yes. Now, far as like, do they have to be on the same level as me?
Ooh,
that's a good question too.
Because you are growing in the area, I'm growing in the area, and then we have an area where we're growing together.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you know, like, hey, I have to grow in this area, and you're honest that you have to grow in this area, and don't expect me to be like the person that's pulling you up, because I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
God does that. Then I feel like we'll be okay. So yeah.
I feel like that was a good point to make about being on two spiritual levels, because I always thought like we had to be like right neck and neck, and like it wasn't until like last year I'm like it's okay for y'all.
Cause I'm gonna be at 3 o'clock in the morning praying. You know what I mean? And he may not be there. You know what I mean? But one of my prayers, like for me, is like I really want my husband like to top my prayer. Like I really do. Like I know women been known to pray. Like, I want my husband to pray. Like I do. Like I want him to beat me up before I get up to go pray. Because there's something about that. Like God hears women, but God gonna honor a man's prayer.
Them men, like I promise you, take me 3 days. It take me 30 seconds.
I would say this, like when me and my husband got married and we found a church home or whatever, I got into it. I'm like, listen, let's start serving. He's like, see that.
Wait a
minute. Wait.
Slow down a little bit. Yeah.
I'm like, we're going to the little servant meeting. You're going to sign up for something. He's like, and I'm used to that. Like, that's what I grew up in. My parents are both pastors. And listen, I was serving on the usher board, choir, dance, and whatever they need me. If I needed to serve food after service, that's what I was doing. So it's in me. Like, I feel wrong just sitting in church.
Just
like,
going and serving.
just going. And I feel like very empty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess because it's embedded in me. But I had to learn, like, he's not me. And he doesn't have the same.
And he wasn't. His childhood is not the same.
Right. Both his parents are big Christians and praying. Listen, I can recall a time I have the worst like cramps ever, and like I was hurled over in the middle of their street like throwing up. Listen, his mom was speaking in tongues, going in, walking around. I was like, this is when I think we were engaged. Or either dating. I'm like, well, I know she knows God. I'm like, but friend, it's just some cramps. Yeah. It's just cramps, and I'll make it. But yeah, that was.
But that's gotta make you feel good. Like this is the foundation.
Yeah, like I know she was throwing oil. Everybody pray.
I love it.
So I'm very comfortable in the fact that, like, if we have issues, not only my parents are going to be praying, because you need that foundation in a marriage. Absolutely. That his parents and his family in general are going to be praying, because they don't play. Listen, I'll follow. She is the 13th disciple. I'll put anybody against her. Okay. I love it. But that's dope. So all of us are kind of in our own business type situation, are exploring entrepreneurship. So how do you balance God and business? How do you make that work? CEO.
Akila.
She is brand.
How do I balance God and business? I never thought about like how do you explain this to someone, but I don't put myself on I do put myself on a prayer schedule. So like every day I have a different category or subject on where I pray, only because I want to make sure that I'm talking to God, and then sometimes God will be like, this is what I need you to pray for. This is what you need to pray for. But balancing God and business is kind of hard, because when you constantly have people calling you, it's like, okay, but this ain't even what I'm supposed to be doing right now. But I have to know what is my priority. And so I'm working now like, hey, when you get up in the morning, you need to hit your knees. You need to make sure that you're covering your business. You need to make sure that you're covering your clients and whatever else God tells you to do. So balancing God and business is really just, hey, what is God saying to you? Is God telling you to go and pray? In the middle of your work day, is he saying go and pray? Go and pray. If you need to make sure that you're studying and reading, because I love to research. So I'm always making sure, like, what can I do on my phone that can help me learn more about God instead of being on my phone doing social media.
So what about you?
The one of the toughest lessons I've had to learn, kind of trying to balance God and business, is trying to when he tells me to be still, and you don't want to because you're like, oh, everybody's doing their own thing. You're launching this, you're launching that. You got this coming off the ground. You're launching this next week, and he's telling you to be patient with what he's planted inside you. That's kind of the toughest part. So it's kind of like what you said, kind of just making sure you got your ear tuned to him at all times, because it can be kind of tough to be influenced by the world and say, hey, I need to do this, I need to do that. But when he wants it to get done, it'll get done. And you have to wait for his direction and be intentional about your plan and just make sure that you're on the same page with him, because if you're not, it's not going to work. Or it's not going to be how you expected it to be, or it's not going to be as well.
But honestly, I don't even have days where I'm on my knees praying. I have days where I'm literally sitting on my couch with my laptop and my computer.
Like,
just praying.
yes.
Or days where I'm just like, oh my God, I need you. You know, like,
right.
talking about,
What is it?
Because it's not like, okay, I can't get on my knees today, but I'm about to just sit here, be still, say what I have to say, hear what you have to say, and go from there.
Yeah. It takes a lot of discipline though, because we feel like we can do everything. Or sometimes I feel like I can be Superwoman, or I can get this done, I can do everything, and it's like, you don't have to. Let him take care of it. For sure.
I feel like with my situation, because I'm just stepping into the entrepreneur world, and because when I started the original organization, like I just wanted to change lives. That's all I cared about. Right. And then when I went back to I am getting my master's, and I'm learning about business, I'm like, oh, if I want to keep going and evolving, I'm gonna have to get my business straight. So I started trying to get my business straight, and I ran into like a big issue in my eyes. And like I was livid, like crying, mad. I wanted to fight. I'm calling lawyers. I'm calling my husband. I'm calling my parents. Because I'm like, listen, if I got to pay, I don't really want to pay. So I'm like, pulling my parents. Let me use y'all money because y'all got it. Of course. And they was like, my dad, I called him. He was like, well, pray about it. And we'll take it from there. If that's what you want to do, we can go there. But pray about it first. And I literally prayed about it. And he was like, take the weekend. And I didn't even need the weekend, because right when I woke up, he was like, leave it alone. Like, God told me to leave me alone. And I'm like,
I don't want to.
She trying me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's trying my and it was like, he was like, that's your ego. She's trying your ego. Like, chill. Leave it alone. Be quiet. You can cry. But I'm about to give you something else. And I would say probably 2 days later, I had the name for Concrete Garden. And I had like the verse to go with it and what it stood for. And then I looked up the trademarking. Nobody had it. Actually, one person had it. And then I went back and they dissolved it, which means they're not going to use it anymore. So I'm like, okay,
I see
God.
you. I hear you.
I didn't even know it like that. But it's kind of crazy when God tells you to do something. I'm learning to listen the first time and not wait. Because he told me to change the name a long time ago. I'm like, but
you sure?
I'm about to run with it anyway. Like, I'm that type of person. I'm getting better. Like, God has to tell me about 4 or 5 times, like, from different sources for me to, like, be like, okay, go. Or I have to hit my head or trip over something to really be like, oh, okay, that's what you meant. But with business, like, I feel like God is like, you have to look to him for every move. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm like, God, are you sure you want me to do that? Are you sure? Let me wait. And I'm trying not to be impulsive, because I feel like you gave me the idea. Sometimes the ideas are just ideas, and they have to fester and grow to become something else. So, yeah, I'm excited about Concrete Garden.
I think that's the great thing about having God as our CEO, though. It's because it's like he can see what we don't. What we don't see, and even like when he's giving us ideas and we're writing down, this don't make sense. And it's like, just trust me. And as you continue to go, it'll start to pop out to you. I'll start to highlight certain things to you on why you had to do this.
Yeah. And it's always dope looking back. Like, the things that you thought were roadblocks were just blessings in disguise.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly the kind of change of direction that I needed. So.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Ronnie, you want to say something? Or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
But like, no, seriously though, like in the building process of it, how are you balancing you and God? Because
I don't. When it comes to balance, for me, I don't I don't really live a balanced life. I just learned to try to prioritize what needs to be done because I'm still a full-time mom. I'm still with a full-time job, and trying to launch into entrepreneurship, it's a lot. You know what I mean? So it's not really balanced. It's just me like, okay, Ron, what needs to be prioritized? You know what I mean? And one thing about me is I'm running my own race, and I've allowed God to be the CEO, and it's all about pace. Not what IQ is doing, not what anyone is doing. It's all about my timing. And one thing for me is launching to entrepreneurship is that so many times like we have to because a lot of people look at a business as their worth. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is that for me, I want to make sure that I know my worth and my identity before I launch a business. So if anything was to happen, I'm not in that. You know what I mean? Like this can fall or I can fail at this, but guess what? Because I know who I am, I'm about to go build something else again. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like I'm learning that even now. I'm trying to be so emotional about it because like just hearing y'all talk about your business, I'm super excited, but I'm patient with it. Like, and trusting in God is trusting in His timing for my life, and that's just kind of like where I'm at with that.
I think that's why I admire, like, when you be telling me about your building process, I'd be like, wow, because I didn't go through that. Like, I launched straight into it. I didn't take time to prepare anything because, I mean, all I do is create, you know what I'm saying? I create graphics, but I didn't know what a brand designer was. I knew what a graphic designer was. And so watching you, you know, pace yourself and be very research, be very patient with God, and also, you know, go and get resources and things like that. And even when you come and ask me questions, I'm like, yes, you know what I'm saying? Because good things definitely take time.
I'm excited for yours.
Me too.
I think this is just a year. I feel like coronavirus, even though it was bad, I feel like this was a year for creatives or for you to sit down and say, what do I want to do? How can I make myself better? Or, you know, putting those creative juices to work. With your YouTube channel, with her clothing line, she has dope stuff. And with your branding stuff, like she's booked and busy, and what she's got coming, y'all, she's gonna blow y'all mind. Like, so I think it's just important. Like, God in business, He'll never steer you wrong. And I feel like even though coronavirus was like a pandemic in a sense, it was made for a situation like this because He's stirring up people as we speak. And when this is over, like the stuff that's gonna come from it, it's gonna be so beautiful.
I think one thing I forgot to mention was the fact of tithing.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to your business and even giving when it comes to your business, because once what you give out, God always gives back. And y'all, I'm even in the point now where I'm separating personal and business finances because I don't want everything to come to one account. Y'all, it feels so good to tithe from my personal account and then go back in and tithe from my business account.
That's good.
She's done so season about
Yeah,
that.
that's good.
That's big.
I'm torn between it because I feel like the Kardashians are known for doing stuff like that to other people.
Of course.
But I'm also with Kai, like, I don't want you going to my man's house. And if you did, why did I not know about it? You know what I mean?
But
and
wasn't
then my
she
thing
with
is,
her friend, one of her friends?
Yeah,
and I don't think like she knew that they were going there until they got there.
So even if she did get there, my thing was like, why were you even in his lap? Like, that's my thing.
Was it really a laugh or was it just
like that? You even that's too much.
Like, what's going on?
It's all messy.
What's going on here?
Even that's too much. I do feel like Kylie did right by ending that because if you do that, it's not telling what else you would do. You know, I'm not saying that Kylie is perfect, but I'm just like,
I don't
trust. First of all, I don't trust him.
I don't throw away friendships over men without having some.
I agree with that. But my thing is, at the end of the day, there is still a story about a leg that touched another leg.
Yeah.
Regardless of it was who leg it was, two legs still touched, and I don't feel like Jordan is as innocent as she may be putting out there.
And I really don't have a problem with them ending the friendship. It's all the public backlash that Jordan got, as if she was the only one at fault. I was like, that's kind of unfair.
And that's like, take fault in it. Both take fault or whatever like that. And because I'm like, at the end of the day, like, she was gonna go back to Tristan anyway. Like,
I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. I just don't trust them. I mean, not saying that she was an angel in the situation, but I don't know if something was spent out of control to make him look more innocent. Because Chloe and them got a lot of money, like.
And I thought it was like, you know,
a publicity stunt.
Yeah, but I was like, thank God for the Smiths who were able to get her out of that situation because they were about to drag her through the mud.
Yeah,
and
she
entanglement situation.
Right, that's true too.
And then like even like the level up to see what she what all that she faced from the public backlash to how she flipped that and to turn that into like, you know, eyelash extensions and again booked for music videos.
I mean, she had to, because, like, at the end of the day, like, your cutoff was the moment that you leg touched or whatever. So she had to, like, she was smart enough to now, like, let me go ahead and do these lashes. Let me, because she got hair too now.
I think so.
You know, like, let me make my money off of this. I feel like it was a great business move. But also the Kardashians in general are known for, even when they start business, it's not legit. You know what I mean? It comes from, like, somebody a scam else, or, you know, whatever like that. But, you know.
I'm not really familiar with them. I mean, I'm familiar with them. I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians a long time ago, but I don't follow like everything.
Yeah, me either.
I kind of have a different perspective.
I would love to hear it.
I don't know if y'all watched Kylie's show.
She had a show.
It was like years ago. No, it's actually on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kylie has her own show. So her and Jordan went out of town one day, and Kylie was upset because Jordan had an event to do. And so I was like, okay, I get that, you know, you want her to be your friend, but if y'all really saw that situation, it was very Kylie dominant, but not enough for Jordan. So although the situation happened how it happened, and Jordan had so much other stuff before the Kylie situation even happened. I think her lash business even started before the Kylie situation happened. But I think, honestly, that situation had to happen, and we know Chris paid the media,
of course,
whatever she pays the media to spin whatever story. But Jordan went to Kylie before it went to the news. But they don't. Those are the parts that they don't give. Those are the parts that they don't give. But at the same time, I think that they had to have a separation in order for Jordan to have her elevation.
Yeah, they had to.
That's good. Yeah, but also, so like you said, you know, Jordan had a business before all of this. But now it's like you can have a business and it may not be doing as well until something hits the media, and then your business is booming or whatever like that.
So with that being said, are you okay with think about your best friend like you had for years? Are you okay with ending it?
I'm okay with ending with my man and my best friend.
Yeah, I have no problem.
Oh man, like I don't know, like my heart is so big.
I'm not like I don't. No, I'm sorry.
I just feel like somebody who loves me, and somebody who loves me wouldn't put me in a position to look crazy like that.
Yeah.
Not if you say you love me.
Though, like me, I'm very forgiving. So like if you do something to hurt me, like I'm going to forgive you. But if it comes to a point where it's just like messed up and it's like. Give me a couple of days, let me think about it. Give me a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months. But I need some time away from you so that I can think about what's going on and pray about, okay, God, do I need to be connected to this person? Do I not need to be connected to this person? Because 9 times out of 10, when somebody make me mad to the point where I want to cut them off, God already told me to cut them off.
Yeah.
So, but like, it's because I had a situation where like my friend, you know, her boyfriend was entanglement. They weren't in a relationship. Like he did something, and I kind of knew the truth about it, but she took his side. She took his side or whatever, and I was like, okay. And she and I've been knowing her longer. You know what I mean? And I cut her off.
Women will do that though. You got some people have to learn for themselves, and there's nothing I can say to you that's gonna make you change your mind. If you're gonna do what you want to do, if you're an adult, you're always gonna do what you want to do, whether I tell you the truth or not.
Especially when it's a knucklehead boy involved.
Yeah.
They always go for the
especially when you can look at them and say, "This is not even your spouse."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, okay,
yeah.
And I'm forgiving y'all, but I'm forgiving to the point that I want you out of my life. Like that's just how forgiving I am. You know, I don't have to hold a grudge, but you don't.
You got peace about it.
I'm good. Like we done.
Yeah.
I can speak to you and keep moving.
Me and my best friend got into it over like something a long time ago. It had to do with in a relationship, and I told her straight up. I'm being that protective best friend. I'm like, he is not gonna treat you or put this in, spin this on social media. I was like, you are a queen, and I will come behind you like no other. But she got me together, and she was like, "But you don't understand my relationship." I said, "Oh,
You see, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
okay." And I put my hands in my lap, and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah,
I
And you
say
got that.
something one time,
that's a fact.
but if you come to me, I'm not going to.
And that's the thing.
story. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep saying the same
I've
thing.
learned unless God told me to say something, wait until they come to me with something. Because listen, I'll run my mouth and make something out.
Yeah.
I be taking contest clues, trying to put them together.
So I
what
got
they
a question. So are y'all one of them friends that if your spouse or whoever is doing something and your friend know, would you want them to tell you?
Absolutely.
I would want them to
Absolutely.
tell me.
It's gonna hurt,
I would-
but I'd rather hear it from you.
Yeah,
Don't have me out here looking crazy. Don't ever have me out here
Yeah,
looking
if we
crazy.
close, tell me.
Do not
Tell
have me
me.
looking crazy.
But listen, when you tell me,
You bring facts.
facts.
And
Receipts.
Brendan, also let me know how you know.
How you know?
How you know? Like, were you there?
And are you
City
their
close?
friend?
Are you
Like, yeah.
because we're gonna have to reevaluate. I'm gonna question you first to make sure I have my receipts together. And if it's not you or whoever, I'm like, let me contact this person before I go to my husband about this, because at the end, I don't want, I want it to be straight, because I'm not gonna come to him over some rumors.
Yeah.
And you gotta take into account that what you're about to tell me is gonna hurt me. So
Yeah.
deliver it like a friend.
Like,
That's when
take
you
me
gotta-
out to eat.
And be ready for my feedback. Because
Yeah.
I might start yelling at you. I might be mad at you.
Just understand that what you just told me, it's a lot
Yeah.
going on in my head right
Yeah,
now.
I
So
feel
gotta
like
process
the
it.
news with that, like, take me out to eat somewhere public where I know how to act.
I just pray I'm
Like,
never
don't-
get
I'm
that
telling you.
situation
Yeah.
because I feel like it's gonna hurt, and
It's
you
gonna
know what
hurt.
I mean. Like I don't want to be putting that shit. Just don't show. I'm blind to it.
I'm blind.
Just don't show me nothing to it. Like in all.
Yeah, but if
honesty.
you know me, we best friends, and you know my spouse, sis.
Because then I just be
Facts.
looking like, but then my thing is like, but what if she don't leave him? And then like,
There's nothing you can do about that.
But
But
that
no,
can
but
be off
then-
your conscience.
but
though,
then
right?
yeah, it's off your conscience. But it's like, but then now y'all friendship is not the same no more. You know what I mean?
I don't.
And because you have people like, cause that happened to
It does.
me.
It does.
Like I'm like, girl, all the facts was here,
Yeah.
and you still get
I mean, you gotta be at peace with that though, because you did your job as a friend.
Yeah, you did.
You did your job, and if she can't handle
And
that, or she
I
can't,
probably want to do it again though. Like if I see the same activity going and I've said something before, I'm not
Yeah, that's
saying
it.
anything
I
again.
But at the end of the day, though, even though she did, it's happened to me too. But even though she did, she did stop talking to you, because I forgot.
Well, actually, she did stop. I stopped talking to her.
You stopped talking to her, but once she realized it, it's
She
going to be
apologized.
bad.
Like she apologized
Mhm.
and everything about it, and I knew that she felt bad about it. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm too good of a friend.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want my friendship questioned. And the fact that she turned around, she questioned me, like, you know, like if, like I can't really explain it. It was just like, you really question me about this?
So do you give second chances? Like, do you give grace? You know, when things like
Yeah,
that.
you get grace in friendships.
So this is my thing. I didn't automatically cut her off when it happened, but even when we were talking, it didn't feel the same.
Mm.
So I let it go. You know what I mean? Like
I think
we
that's
still
fair.
Facebook friends or whatever like that. Like she'll, you know, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't say nothing, you know. And I'm just, I'm at peace with it. And I'm like, that's the only friend like my sister really liked. You know, so I was like, dang it, or whatever. And but like, I mean, she would give me like the shirt off her back. So I was like, well, how would you pick somebody who's still in a relationship with somebody else, and you're okay with that?
Yeah, that's tough.
And you can't post him, he can't post
That's
you,
tough.
like none of that type of stuff.
That's tough.
And I feel like I wouldn't be a friend
If you didn't say
if I didn't say anything. And I'm like, so he's
you
like,
wouldn't.
yeah, he's lying to you and her. And the fact is like, you can't even when you fix them, you can't even post him.
Yeah, that's
What is that? Let me tell you, love has no boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like if you have to love somebody with a restriction, go.
I think that's a difference too with no boundaries and privacy. I think there's a big difference, like because some people just don't want their
Yeah, you know,
relationship
see,
or
it's a
love
different
life
thing
on-
between like
Privacy and
secrecy.
secrecy.
Yeah,
You know, that
yeah.
secrecy or whatever. I know, but if I can't say I'm out with my man, or you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like
there shouldn't be any.
I don't-
That shouldn't be like
You're a secret at it.
or he's like, take that down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Because that's how he was. He was like, take that. Girl, boy,
You hide
I
it.
think though, because I've been in these situations a lot, and I've also been that person. But I think where it comes is most people, when they're drawn to people, it's something that's making them feel good. And so when they want to feel good, they're going to keep going back to the thing that's making them feel good. So with me, it's kind of like, I'm going to tell you once, I might tell you twice. If you come to me, I'm going to tell you the same thing again, and then eventually I'll stop talking because I don't like to waste my breath. But if you go and you're like, and you turn on me because of that person, there's nothing I can do but pray for you and wait on you to come back. Because I know that everybody that God brings into my life, it's for a reason. So I don't want to just cut off the lifeline.
But that's the thing.
Because there could be something else.
Everything that comes into our life is not always God sent. But God will use the lessons that's not even sent by the people, not even sent by Him.
And I feel like we also think that people that God brings into our life are supposed to be there forever, and that's not always true.
That's true.
Because I can pray for you. I don't want you to come back. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm just like, y'all.
Girl,
I'm
you
just
quick
not,
to cut them off.
I
Let me make sure I'm doing the right
like,
thing.
Anything to offend you.
You silly.
Like, y'all, I'm sorry. Like, but I have amazing friends in my life, and I don't have like friendship. Like, that was like my first ever situation. Like, it hurted I could not sleep. It hurted my feelings so bad. It really did.
Friendship breakups hurt.
It hurt my feelings so bad.
Yeah, they do.
It hurted my feelings, and my feelings are not easy to hurt, but it hurted my feelings.
Like I can't be friends.
Yeah, and I was
like I got a more or less lost, and then like
Get over you. I gotta get over you.
I gotta get over you, and then you be seeing Facebook memories and stuff, and you're like,
friendship breakups hurt.
They do.
But after a while, I was over it. I was like, girl, be done.
Oh, whoa.
As long as you got the peace about it.
Yeah.
As long as you got the peace about it.
Baby, wash your hands and be done. Like, and that's just like how I am. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just like I have like one of my friends, like, if I go through something and I'm like, girl, he did this. I'm like, and then vice versa, we've been like one time. Second, third time, what are we doing now?
You complaining about it now.
You know what I mean?
What's the solution?
So that's kind of like how we hold ourselves accountable for something or whatever. But other than that, you know, like I feel like I'm a good friend.
I feel like I'm that friend that just wants you to do better, and I want. I don't know. I guess I'm unlearning the fact that I feel like I feel like I'm unlearning the fact that I can't hold everybody's hand. Like I want to hold your hand until you get to the next level, and even if it's going through the trenches with you. And like, listen, like especially with somebody that's struggling spiritually, like when they go through it, and I'm like, let me hold your hand, I'll be regretting that I'm holding your hand because now I gotta go through it with you.
This wasn't my walk.
This wasn't my walk, and like, girl, like I'll be.
At the end when Jesus walked into the thing,
you will not give me a parable right now.
He sent somebody to help carry the cross.
He did, but I have to realize everybody is not meant.
That's true.
For me to carry, and
it's true.
I have a question though. Because that just brought me back to those, those friends that are so like, is it self-centered? Is that the word?
It can't be.
Like it's always about them, even when you're having a moment in your life,
they can't recognize it because they're so focused on what they got going on.
Good, I don't have them type of people.
Yeah.
I try to make sure I'm not that person. And for real, if y'all ever see me being that type of person, I really want you to be honest. Like, hey, you talking about yourself a little bit too much today. Like, I'm trying to tell you about me because I don't like that. I feel like, dang, do I get a moment to celebrate? Do I get a moment to vent? That's why I don't like talking to people every day because it's like if I can split it out, then like we can just catch up. And I like to play catch up rather than checking top of the
And we gotta be careful about the things that we burden our friends with. Sometimes it's like, I don't have the time or the mental capacity to even deal with what you got going on. 'Cause I got my own stuff going on over here. So maybe you need to talk to your pastor or your therapist or somebody. Maybe that's for them. And you can come back to me with whatever results you have, and we can go from there.
Like I make sure I recently started this asking my friends, "Are you okay? Like, are you mentally okay?" Before, do you feel like hearing me vent?
Are you in a space?
And your space to receive or give me feedback. If not, just say that, and I'll be okay. I might be a little mad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might be mad, but I want you to be. I don't want you to tune me out.
Of course.
Just be like, I can't do it today.
Right.
Maybe another day.
I think that's fair, especially at a time like this where everybody's got their own things going on.
Yeah.
But what when it's family though?
I said the same thing.
Same lines have to be drawn. You got to take care of your mental health first and foremost. Because if you're not healthy, you're of no use to nobody else. So if I can't do it for me, I can't do it for you. So that's how I feel about it.
In the comments right now, I want you to type in, are you a God friend? How do you define a God friend for yourself, for people that are around you? Because that's important in this walk in life in general and just with your everyday spiritual walk. You need to be a God friend and you need to be surrounded by God friends. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to God Friends. I want to thank these beautiful ladies for taking the time out to shoot with me and for this conversation with you guys. Tell us what you think, how you feel. If you want to see some more, type it in the comments. We can't wait. Bye.
I'm a love giver, searching for glory, I'm a strong winner. Don't mean the ball cause I'm a hard hitter. Only be swimming in the deep river. I'm a love giver, holding on to all the best things in life. I'll be pushing on through every second in the night. I'll be reaching up to every moment in the light. You know I got a reason, I got a mission that excites me. Sinning is living and I'ma sin it in the right way. Living is winning and I'ma never do it lightly. All the best people never said it would be easy. I'ma make it all happen now.